on to part 2 of the story. Now the last 3 lines of the story within the story. I'm confused at what's so funny, Mr. King said. It'll make it lose its hilariousness if I even tried to explain it, Mrs. A said after we had calmed down from our fits. All right, she's your responsibility then, Rosalind, Mr. King said to Mrs. A, then walked away. How much you got written, Martin? Liam asked, sliding into his adjoining chair in 5th period biology. Not as much as I should for creative writing, Helen, I muttered, using him talking to me as a distraction so I could stretch my cramping hand and forearm. That would be your fault, 'cause that notebook is so small and your handwriting is so large. Hell, if you took notes in this class, I'd be able to see them up from a mile away, he exaggerated. Ha ha, very funny, I muttered, looking back down at what I had written. I'd gotten permission to stay in class even though I had been done for the next 5 sections of our biology book. What? I was beyond bored, and I was similar to Sarah from my story. I'm a nerd, and literally no guy's interested in me. Liam Helen is the only male creature that talked to me, and the only to bug the living shit out of me. How come the story for CW is taking so long? Liam asked, looking over my shoulder, squinting at my handwriting. I don't know, Liam. I can't seem to get this character right. I closed my notebook and put my head down on it. Well, tell me about the character, the background for him and all that, he offered. Wait, you want to hear something about my story come out of my mouth? I asked, shocked but refusing to lift my head and look at him. Yes. Why does that shock you? His tone softened, softer than I'd heard it before. Because I'm just the class nerd and you're the senior running back. There's no logical reason for you to even want to be seen talking to me, I sighed, picking my head up off my notebook, putting my head in my hands, still refusing to look at him. Danielle, used my full first name. I don't fall into the stereotypical type of running backs or even football players. This, based on your reaction to that, might surprise you a lot more than you're ready for, he paused. Please be gay, I thought. I find you very intriguing and very attractive for a nerd. I've been keeping a secret from everyone, he whispered. I could tell he had ducked his head and started picking at some stray dirt under his nails. I sighed. Not well enough, Liam. Everyone has been suspecting that you've got a thing for me because of you always defending me. I stopped, forcing myself not to look at him and turned to look at him. Observing his body language, his shoulders dropped, and he stopped picking. What do you want inside my head? I asked, already knowing the answer. Because I want to know you better than anyone else ever will know you, he whispered so low I barely heard him. He refused to look up at me. Liam, please tell me this is some kind of sick joke, meant to just play a game on me. The school bell rang, signaling the end of the day. His head snapped up, and his facial expression was full of hurt. That's all I have written, but I like where that part was going. I didn't know where I was going with the first part, so I think that's why I changed it and went with the second part that I did. But I like that. I don't know where it's going to end. I don't know what's going to happen in the story, really. But I think it's good. I'm not good at reading to people normally. I hated doing it in school, but maybe doing this will help. I don't know what to say. If you guys like that part, then go ahead and like this video. Subscribe, please. And I'm sorry, my hands hurt. I have to pop them. Go ahead and comment if you want to see me read one of the stories that's on my computer, or one of the stories in my other notebook that I read the poems out of. But other than that, remember that you can survive anything if you remember to breathe.